Section 1, Introduction. A changing world demands adaptation. Our planet is in a state of flux. The climate is changing and the consequences are being felt around the world. From rising sea levels to more extreme weather events, we are witnessing the profound impacts of human activity on the Earth's delicate balance. Yet amidst these challenges, there is hope. Across the globe, communities are adapting, innovating, and demonstrating remarkable resilience in the face of a changing world. From the lowlands of the Netherlands to the delta regions of Bangladesh, from the sun-drenched fields of Africa to the vulnerable coastlines of Southeast Asia, humanity is rising to the challenge. This is not a tale of despair, but a testament to human ingenuity and the power of collective action. It is a story about the extraordinary measures being taken to adapt to our changing climate, protect our communities, and safeguard our planet for generations to come. It is a story that underscores the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of international cooperation in building a sustainable future. Section 2, the walls that hold back the sea. Resilient infrastructure. In the face of rising sea levels, some nations are taking extraordinary measures to protect their lands and people. The Netherlands, a country renowned for its centuries-old battle against the sea, offers a prime example of resilient infrastructure. With an intricate network of dikes, dams, and storm surge barriers, the Dutch have created a formidable defense against the encroaching waters. One of the most impressive feats of engineering is the Maes Landkering, a massive storm surge barrier designed to protect the vital port of Rotterdam. When a surge threatens, two gigantic hollow gates, each longer than the Eiffel Tower laid down, rotate outward on massive hinges, effectively sealing off the harbor from the raging sea. In the Caribbean, where small island nations are particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels and increasingly powerful hurricanes, innovative solutions are being implemented. Elevated buildings constructed on stilts or raised foundations provide protection from storm surges and flooding. Seawalls, breakwaters, and natural barriers like mangrove forests are being restored and fortified to buffer against the ocean's fury. Section 3, a voice in the storm. Early warning systems. Timely warnings can mean the difference between life and death in the face of extreme weather events. Early warning systems designed to detect and predict impending hazards are crucial for enabling communities to prepare and evacuate to safety. These systems rely on a combination of advanced technology, sophisticated modeling, and effective communication networks. Bangladesh, a country frequently battered by cyclones and storm surges, has made remarkable strides in developing and implementing early warning systems. With a network of cyclone shelters, a dedicated early warning system that includes sirens and text message alerts, and a well-trained volunteer force, Bangladesh has significantly reduced the death toll from these devastating storms. These systems, however, are only effective if they are coupled with swift and coordinated response efforts. Community preparedness, public awareness campaigns, and readily accessible evacuation routes are all essential components of a robust disaster risk reduction strategy. Section 4, feeding a thirsty world. Sustainable agriculture. Climate change is not only impacting our oceans and landscapes, but also our ability to feed a growing global population. Changes in rainfall patterns, increased temperatures, and extreme weather events threaten crop yields and food security, particularly in vulnerable regions. Sustainable agriculture practices, however, offer a beacon of hope. Drought-resistant crops, bred to withstand water scarcity, are helping farmers in arid and semi-arid regions adapt to changing climate conditions. These resilient varieties, often developed through traditional breeding techniques or modern biotechnology, require less water, withstand higher temperatures, and provide a vital source of sustenance in challenging environments. Agroforestry, the practice of integrating trees into agricultural landscapes, offers multiple benefits in the face of climate change. Trees provide shade, reducing water evaporation, and their deep roots improve soil stability and water infiltration. They also act as carbon sinks, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and mitigating climate change. In this section, we explore how communities on the front lines are crafting local solutions for global challenges. While national and international efforts are crucial, some of the most effective adaptation strategies are being implemented at the community level. Local communities, often the most vulnerable to climate change impacts, are at the forefront of adaptation, bringing a wealth of traditional knowledge and experience to the table. From the Andes Mountains of South America to the Himalayas of Asia, indigenous communities are reviving ancient water management techniques, such as terracing and rainwater harvesting, to adapt to changing water availability. These time-tested methods, handed down through generations, are proving invaluable in enhancing water security and building resilience to drought. In coastal communities around the world, people are adapting to rising sea levels and erosion by relocating homes and infrastructure further inland, constructing seawalls and other protective barriers, and restoring natural coastal ecosystems like mangroves and salt marshes. These efforts not only protect against the immediate threats of climate change, but also provide numerous co-benefits, such as enhanced biodiversity and improved livelihoods. Section 6, Mangroves, Guardians of the Coast. Mangrove forests, those remarkable ecosystems that thrive in the intertidal zones of tropical and subtropical coastlines, are vital allies in the fight against climate change. These salt-tolerant trees, with their tangled roots submerged in seawater, provide a natural barrier against storm surges, erosion, and rising sea levels. In Southeast Asia, where vast stretches of mangroves have been lost to deforestation and coastal development, communities are recognizing the importance of these ecosystems and are actively engaged in restoration efforts. By planting mangrove seedlings, restoring degraded areas, and promoting sustainable management practices, communities are rebuilding their natural defenses against the impacts of climate change. Mangroves not only protect coastal communities, but also provide a wealth of ecological and economic benefits. They serve as nurseries for fish and other marine life, provide habitats for a diverse array of species, and act as carbon sinks, absorbing and storing significant amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Section 7, a global effort for a sustainable future. The challenges posed by climate change are complex and interconnected, requiring a global collaborative response. International cooperation is essential for sharing knowledge, transferring technology, and providing financial support to vulnerable countries and communities. The Paris Agreement, adopted by nearly 200 countries in 2015, represents a landmark commitment to combat climate change by limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The agreement recognizes the importance of adaptation and aims to strengthen countries' ability to deal with the impacts of climate change. International organizations, research institutions, and non-governmental organizations play a crucial role in supporting adaptation efforts. From providing technical assistance to developing countries to conducting cutting-edge research on climate change impacts and adaptation solutions, these actors are essential partners in building a more resilient future. Section 8. The power of collective action. While governments and institutions play a vital role, the fight against climate change ultimately depends on the collective actions of individuals, communities, and businesses around the world. Every effort to reduce emissions, conserve resources, and adapt to a changing climate contributes to a more sustainable future. From adopting energy-efficient technologies in our homes and businesses to supporting sustainable transportation options, we can all make a difference. By embracing a more sustainable lifestyle, we not only reduce our own environmental footprint, but also inspire others to do the same. The transition to a low-carbon, climate-resilient future requires a fundamental shift in our mindset and our way of life. It demands that we recognize our interconnectedness with the natural world and embrace a more equitable and sustainable model of development. Section 9. Our shared responsibility. The Earth is our only home, and we have a shared responsibility to protect it for current and future generations. Climate change is a defining challenge of our time, but it is also an opportunity to rethink our relationship with the planet and forge a more sustainable path forward. By embracing the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and collective action, we can overcome the challenges of a changing climate and create a world where both people and nature can thrive. Let us rise to the occasion and build a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable future for all.